Hey guys, hey. It's been so long. I know. So listen, I just want to kind of get to it as far as what this video is going to be about. I think as twins or whatever you're connecting yourself with, I've always said on my channel since day one that this twin thing was going to lead to bigger things and blah 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 blah. And I think anybody who's truly on this path is going to understand that, okay? And obviously, if you've been watching me, you understand that I am in the full understanding that God is showing his children specific knowledge for specific conclusion. That's it. And the only reason you would be chosen to get said knowledge from your king, from your creator, would be to interpret it and then give it, process, interpret, and give to the masses. This is what leadership is. And that's what Jesus was a leader. He was the ultimate leader. And regardless if you believe in God, you believe in Jesus, really at the end of the day, you need to look at legacy. Okay, that's what you need to do. You need to look at a legacy in your rational mind. Because at the end of the day, just like science or physics, they don't care what you believe. Guess what? Neither does the creator. The creator does not give a flying shit what you believe as a human. He does not care. He believes in truth and that's it. And he's given his truth to his children to get the word out until his end purpose is completed. And his glory is ultimately evolution of his children. That is it. That will be God's glory. So if you want to believe in evolution, hey, I believe in evolution. If you want to believe in God, I believe in God, but I believe in the true, or I don't believe in the true depiction. I know the true depiction. I don't believe in the false bullshit given through society. This is what people are not understanding, okay? The masses matter. The masses absolutely matter, but they're asleep or unaware or whatever it is. And it was told in biblical scripture that the whole point of the 144,000, or those who represent the 144,000 who stand next to Jesus, is to do nothing more than represent the truth and teach it until the end times. That's it. And for some reason in society, people think that they know the truth, they have the truth, and they've always had the truth. So they're sitting here waiting for what you call a rapture instead of understanding what was really placed upon biblical terms, and that was ascension. And then if you come from physics and all of this shit, physics, and listen, I've never been like a science physics girl. I mean, obviously I've learned science in school. I'm not a person that says I don't believe in science. Yes, I believe in science. I learned science. I don't know. I just come from the era where that was taught to me. Yes, I understand science. I understand what it's done for society, and I'm not against science. No, listen. I am also educated in the legal field. That's what I do. These things do not disconnect. Like, their process and their rationality, in a sense, is the same with experimenting, with proving their logic and their concepts work. Okay. The thing about science and religion and why they've always had this war against one another is because you can't, that at least religion has not proven within our reality God exists. Okay. It was never said that those people were going to prove in this reality that God exists. That was not for religion. That was for his children, not for religion. This is where people get very confused. But just because it hasn't happened doesn't mean it's not going to happen. That's another thing that people get confused. You can say to people like, well, you can't prove God, so it's just a belief. Okay, you can say that to regular Joe Smalls. Okay, yes, absolutely. And they probably won't have nothing to rebuttal you with or prove it with. You will not say that to the true children of God, because these people are here, they are sent, and they are here now. And that's just what it is. and they're here to teach. So we're going to go upon leadership, as the true brothers and sisters will be just like Jesus, and Jesus was the ultimate leader. Okay, so, and his legacy will be the ultimate legacy. That's it. Okay, so let's start with, so here's this quote, and this is what obviously Jesus has done, and this is why his brothers and sisters today who are living and breathing do this. If your actions create a legacy that inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and ultimately become more, you are an excellent leader. Jesus in himself was an excellent leader to his brothers and sisters, that we are able to see what he was trying to do then and make it come to life today. That's it. That's what you're here to do. Now, we'll go to the verse, Proverbs 11:14. Where there is no guidance, the people fall. Okay? Clearly, society has fallen. It's not fallen completely, but it's been falling. It's always been falling. I mean, you have guidance, but you don't have correct guidance. You never have had correct guidance. Unless your heart was guided by God, that's it. That's the only correct guidance anybody is getting, is that through their heart, not by men. So, in a sense, society, we've really, the only correct guidance we've ever had was Jesus's testimony. Now, that testimony has been, it's been given halfway, guys. I'm not going to say that the world has tried to hide the testimony, or like Christians or religion or anything has purposely. Well, I mean, yeah. But I'm saying, like, okay, within the last 100 years, I don't think people went to church purposely trying to hide Jesus' testimony. It's just society. They fall into it. They're not purposely going and doing these things that are a falsification, just a lie upon him. Really, they're not purposely doing that. But it doesn't make you not, it doesn't change the fact that you are doing that. You have to understand that. So it's very imperative for us to bring the masses to understanding what sin is in the first place. And your sin, your spiritual sin. This is what matters. Your spiritual sin, not these physical sins, your spiritual sins. Okay. That is what matters. Because if you were aware of your spiritual sins, that physical shit wouldn't be so tempting. I'm telling you, it wouldn't be such a temptation. And you'd be able to let go of that physical, like, pull towards whatever it is that you have a hard time doing. I mean, everybody has their downfalls, whether you're like a sex addict, a drug addict, an alcoholic, whether you're just a complete asshole who rips people off and takes their money, whether you're a scam, what is it, a scam artist, or whatever it is, whether you're just cheating on your husband at home, whether you're just lying, whether you're just not being honest. I mean, at the end of the day, we all do these sins that are within our physical reality. Do we or do we not? Yes. And that is why it's said that nobody's perfect. And that's the truth, because we all do this. We all do something that is sinful against ourselves. People, it's not just sinful against God, it's sinful against yourself. That is what people need to understand. They're so like, well, God's not going to take me in because I did this, I'm such a sinner, blah blah blah, God doesn't love me anyway. They're so like victimized to blaming God and blaming this, instead of looking within themselves. And okay, so here we go back to physics. Now, physics always has looked like with outside of ourselves. Of course, obviously it deals with the universe, it deals with the heavens and the stars and everything, astronomy, blah 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 blah. Okay, but what you don't understand about physics is physics would probably, listen, it would probably come to some contact experiment as far as proving quantum on a reality scale, which can be seen with the eye, if they would understand that they can prove the quantum spectrum with human beings. But not all human beings, only that are sent here by God. These are the human beings that, okay, and this is where my book's gonna come in, obviously. So we're not gonna give you too much information, but I'm telling you, my channel has always said that all this shit's gonna get put together. And God, for the last like 2 weeks especially, has just been pouring knowledge upon me that I don't even know where it's coming from. Sometimes I'm reading the old stuff I'm writing and I'm like, is this, like, I'm just channeling, because It can't be me. This cannot be me writing, because I never knew anything about this and I sound like a damn genius. I'm sorry. And I'm not tooting my own horn, because it's not my horn to toot. This is just God-given information, and I'm just the person who's going to speak it. That's it. And that's what you guys are. You guys are the embodiment, obviously, of divine feminine, divine masculine, combination of one within yourselves. This is what the twin thing represents. It does not just represent like love. You guys don't search. And this is where a lot of twin flames, you know, if you're trying to get onto a spiritual business, or if you're trying to get onto any business of your own that is calling you by God, understand this. You're not going to get onto that business if you are so focused on getting back to your twin. That I'm telling you right now, you are not going to abundantly provide for yourself or anybody else that comes into your vicinity if you continue to like search for this love bullshit. At the end of the day, you are a daughter, a son of the king, and you are fully loved more than anybody on this planet, anything on this planet. You have to understand that, like, you have this ultimate love and protection and unconditional love that a lot of people are not going to understand and never know. Seriously. And because it's their choice. This is what God is showing me. Listen, the joke is going to be on ourselves, okay, you guys, because the choice is ours. I mean, this is what free will is. God gave us free will. And a lot of people have gotten very confused where you guys are, not you guys, obviously, if you're like understanding what's going on, but where humanity, we still do the same shit that God was against, as far as like bowing down to idols, symbols, even like in America, our flag, that's still a symbol, okay? And not that I'm saying I'm against our flag. Relax, you know, relax. I've never been somebody who's ever going to destroy my flag. I love my flag, but at the end of the day, it's still a symbol. You could take that flag away from me, and that still doesn't change the ground of my home is America. You understand? Like, you can take that flag, and I'm still here in America. So it's strictly a symbol of what America represents, or is supposed to represent, okay? It's still a symbol, just like the cross. The cross is still a symbol of Jesus's testimony. It's not the truth, it's just a symbol of the truth. It's not reality, it's just a symbol of us, our search towards that reality. That's all it is. Just like the flag. The flag doesn't represent freedom exactly. It represents our search towards that freedom. That's what it represents. Now, when we were, and I know, I'm sorry, you guys, I'm talking a lot. I haven't been on my video, and this has just got to get out there. As far as, I'm going to put this up, and then, all right, let me get back to it. Let me get back to it, and then we'll go to the next thing. So, yeah, symbols, okay? So we still do these things with these symbols, and not fully understanding that God's within, you know? God is within. I mean, if you are true, I can't, sometimes it really, and this is where I don't want to say it, but Christians make me mad, because you're like the ones that had the closest thing to the truth, and you couldn't even get it right. Like, as much as you want to say you love God, like, where is your search for God? There's a difference, because if you went around telling me you love me, you love me, you love me, but you never really search for me, that's just kind of okay. And for people to think that, you know, you got to go to church to find God is just kind of insane. Like, it's always, you got to, this is how religion, any religion has always, not all religions, because like Buddha, like anything that has to do with searching within is on the right path. Understand this. So like Christian religion, Catholic religion, everything is searching without. Searching outside of yourself. God is outside of you. Jesus is completely different from you. These things are no way in form part of you, but yet they are. It's like such a fine line between them. Like, I don't understand. Like, either God is within you or God is not within you. Which one is it? Either you are a child of God, because if you are a child of God, then he is with you, within you. So if God is not within you, you are not a child of God. So are you saying you're one with God? Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's absolutely what I'm saying. But I was born like this, but it did take me, see, I was going to say I wasn't born like this, but I was born like this. But it took me a long time. Obviously, my twins get it. Because I'm trying to I'm trying to depict how I'm going to present it to the masses, so their minds can grasp easily what I'm giving to them. Now, understand, and that's all an excellent leader, an excellent teacher does. Okay, just like a lawyer, like a paralegal. The why are lawyers and paralegals needed? This is what they do for their clients. They take the legalese, the information that a common citizen or somebody who doesn't study law does not have knowledge on. They take that legalese, that law that they are knowledgeable on, and they put it in layman's terms, in simple form for their client to understand completely, but they don't got to use all the big words. That's all a good teacher does. You're taking a concept, you're taking information, you're taking an interpretation, and you're explaining it so that person understands what is going on. That's it. That's all a teacher does. Okay. So how are these people out here going to understand what the spiritual side of things are if the children who are full of spirit are not speaking? This cannot happen. That's why it has been promised that the 144,000 who are the children will be sent here to teach the truth. So you guys got to talk more. All of us, we got to talk more. And I personally feel reaching out to the masses. You guys a little bit are going to have to, like, some of my sisters out here, you're really smart as far as what you're doing. Disconnecting from the twin thing, because that's not going to save the masses, guys. That was something special for you. That was something specially given and created just for you to open that door to that next realm, or whatever the hell it is, to open the door to 5D or to heaven on earth or whatever. That is the only thing that the twin flame kind of made us understand. But you're not going to take that to the masses and save a whole bunch of people unless you can connect it to religion, science, physics, all of the shit that society has taught these people. You have got to be able to combine it all for them in simplest form. Okay, now it's definitely a lot harder than it seems, but I'm telling you, if God is on your side, it will happen. It will absolutely happen. It takes prayer, it takes one-on-one time with him. And I mean, at this point, after what was it, this last porthole thing, I have to talk about this. There was, what day was it? I don't know. I don't know what day it was. Monday, Tuesday. I'm gonna go to Janet Warriors. I'll upload her video. She made this video the night before. She made this video. I was out on my porch with my dog, and all of a sudden, the wind picked up, but it was only by my back porch. It was so crazy. It was not, it was only by my back porch. So boxes started falling over, and I knew it was Ariel. I knew it was Ariel. So I said something, and then I had felt my room full of people, obviously angels, but it was different because there was so much energy, guys. It was more than the normal for me. And explaining this is going to be hard. When I am doing my card readings, or I'm meditating, or I feel the presence of an angel, when I feel Michael, I can feel it on my side. It's just a little energy that I feel. Okay, I've felt him before where he was stronger. When he first started coming to me, he was strong. Not that he weakened, but it was just the force had to be stronger for me to really understand it was in my reality. They don't have to do that to me so much anymore because I get it. They're here, and they don't have to make their presence so great because they know I understand their presence is here. But that night, the presence was immense. Okay, and it was a whole bunch of them. My whole room was like if you were standing in a packed room. This is how I felt. Really claustrophobic, and it was so much that I had to start calling out to Michael because it was just a different feeling, and I did get scared. And then Janet, the Wake and Warriors, was talking the next day about how it can be scary, and she said last night something the same thing happened to her, and then she's you know where it got even a little scary. And I was so glad that she had said that, because sometimes I think because I got scared that I'm like, oh my God, like, is my faith weak? You know, is my faith, but you guys have shown my faith is not weak. It's just different. It's just different, guys. We're just like, obviously, you're introducing yourself into the other worlds that are here. It's so crazy. I don't even know how to explain it. Like, I'm sure you guys understand what I'm saying, though. I'm sure you guys understand, but I'm just trying to really get my mind around how I can explain it in simple form so people can grasp it. That's just where I am right now as far as my book, because it has been coming together. Now, I get to work for the rest of this month, and then God is so good. God is so good. I'll tell you why, because this book is not no joke, and he is not kidding about this coming out. So with my work, I literally am done. I'm working the rest of this month, and I don't really even have to. I'm just doing it because, I mean, I have the option, and I'm just going to take the money. So why not? I like my job anyway. It doesn't bother me to go sit in my own office and chill there for 6 hours for pay. I'll do it for the rest of the month. But here come the end of December, or I'll probably stop working my daughter's birthday and then be home for her Christmas break. I think I'm going to do that, actually, now that I think about it. So, and see, the luxury that I'm able to do this is just amazing to me. Like, I'm not in the corporate world. Like, yes, I work, but I don't work. I work for somebody who works for themselves. So I'm like the go-to for the boss. Like, it's different. I don't have all these rules. And I mean, I work because I like to work, and we work hard, and we work, but it's because we like what we do. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like any other job that I've ever had. I really like enjoy what I do. Anyway, so as soon as I can take off, probably the 20th, 3 weeks I'll work, and then I'll take off, and then I'll be off until probably March, the beginning of March. So that gives me a good 2 months to really work from home. I was thinking about maybe going to get a serving job, and I cut that thought out. I was like, no, you're not doing anything. Luckily, I also am blessed that I can stay home for 2 months, and kind of just work on my book and my channel with you guys and whatever else is going to come. So get excited for that, because I will be back. I'm definitely coming back. What else did I want to say? There was something. I'm definitely coming back, because I can't tell people to be a leader. I can't tell my brothers and sisters to start talking more. I can't tell my brothers and sisters to reach out to the masses. I can't tell you guys to do these things and then me not doing them myself. I can't do that. I've never been that type of person, actually. So if I'm going to tell somebody to do something, you better believe I would do the same thing. So that's just where I am on that. But I do have some ideas. Like, it's going to be a series. It's going to be the theory, the experience, okay, the contact experiment that we're going to be working on. And then, and I don't want to get on to what we're proving exactly yet, because it's some great shit that pretty much has never, I don't even think it's ever been written. I'm like, no, I'm telling you, like, this shit, I don't think what I'm about to say has ever been written in this world ever. Like, the combination of these logics has ever been, I don't understand how not. This is where, like, if you're truly a child of God, I feel like you are just like, how the hell do people not understand? And then that's where you understand you're different. And I used to get mad. Like, I remember it used to be so frustrating before you understood your purpose in this world, before you understood that God does have you seeing things differently than a lot of people. You know, when you start understanding that, you start coming into the understanding that you are here to be a teacher. You are here to be a leader. You are here to do these things. You're not here to judge people. You are not here to put people down. Like, I know it's hard, because sometimes people think like, it's like, the way people think, I don't even understand it sometimes. I'm like, what the hell? How does your brain even work like that? Like, how is that even like, I don't, like, for example, I was talking to a pastor. I'm not going to say who this pastor was. And I had said something about how you read the Bible, you don't even go back to the Hebrews translation, right? Because how I do my research, understand, I'm great at research as far as That's just what I'm educated in, and I'm just really good at it. Because of my intuition. Because I'm intuitive, obviously. I just kind of get where I should go next. It's God. It's God leading me. I mean, my intuitive research is just different than somebody who's like trying to get to the answer. I'm not trying to get to the answer. I'm being shown the answers. There's the difference. And you have to pray for the wisdom and you will get it. But where was I going with that? So yeah, we're definitely here to be leaders. We're definitely here to provide. Oh, let's finish reading this verse. So we're definitely here to provide knowledge. And because we're going to do that, if you choose to do what you're supposed to do here, we all have our little individual things, but at the end of the day, the common ground for all of the children is most definitely exerting out the knowledge that has been received to the masses. That is, if you're receiving information, it is your duty to speak that information, and you guys understand something. You wouldn't be given this job, this position, this knowledge if you didn't have the ability to prosper. I know it's hard. I know sometimes we're like, we're nobody. Like, I'm a fucking nobody, okay? I'm a nobody who has gotten in a little bit of trouble in my life, and I've just prospered through all of my adversity. And I don't want to get too much into it because whatever. I'm like, this is what people are still stuck in, that victim consciousness. I don't even relate to that shit. Like, I don't, but I do have to kind of understand that other people still relate to it. So I can't like blow it off either. It's a hard thing to understand that like certain shit doesn't matter, that matters to the rest of the world. Like these little things that absolutely have no significance at all really matter. And like you just have to take their mind, their perception, and not dog it, like not be like, you're an asshole. Like you guys, the thing about this is we're coming from love, okay? We are coming from love. So we're going to teach with love. And that's the difference. That is the difference between a lot of other people who have these titles. They're not teaching for love. They're not teaching. I mean, they might think they are, but if you're giving a false depiction of the truth, that's not love. Because if you really love Jesus, if you really loved your king the way you say you do, then you would have took the time to do your research. You would have took the time to do your homework. You would have took that time to have that million one-on-one conversation with God and ask him the same thing over and over and over again until he gave you an answer. You would have did that. So I don't know. And you would have did it the right way. There's a way to do it, and there's a way that you were taught to do it. You have to learn with God how he wants you to talk to him. You can't learn by somebody in church or by anybody else in this world how to have a conversation with your king. And I mean a conversation that's going to get some results. That's what I'm saying. Because you can all talk, but are you getting answers? Are you receiving information? Are you getting results from your questioning? Are any results coming from your wonder? Are any results coming from you throwing up curiosity? Is any of this happening for you? If a king judges the poor with truth, his throne will be established forever. Understand that. And this includes the queens, obviously. If a king judges the poor with truth, so you're not judging these people for like their physical sins. You're not judging somebody for being an alcoholic or having too much sex in life, or you're not judging, you're judging them for their mental state, their mental processing. They're not understanding why these physical sins are such a detriment to themselves, to their temple. That matters to God. And why would your body matter so much to God if he wasn't going to maybe put his spirit in it? And if he was going to put his spirit in your body, then that would make you one with God. But many Christians have a hard time understanding that concept as a whole. Like, to say you're one with God basically to a Christian is to say you're pretty much the devil to them, even though that's what Jesus said. So they're very confused. Very much so. Okay, here's another one. Hebrews 13:17. Obey your leaders and submit to them, for they keep watch over your souls as those who will give an account. Understand, 144,000, they will be your leaders. They will be your teachers, and they are said to judge with Jesus. Are they or are they not? So they're keeping watch over. They want to save you with their information that has been given to them by God. That's it. Let them do this with joy and not with grief. Yes, let his children speak with love and with joy, and don't come at them and condemn them and cause them grief. Because if you condemn the children, you are condemning yourselves. Understand this. This is another thing. You will be condemning yourself. You are also held responsible for your own damnation. If you choose to damn yourself to 3D bullshit, if you choose to damn yourself to hell, that is a choice that you will be making. That is not on God, and that is not on his children. This is an individual journey, spiritual journey, that each has the choice to choose whether or not they want to walk. The only ones that don't have that, well, we did have that choice. Those who were sent here had that choice, but they chose a long time ago. And then with throughout lifetimes, obviously they've fallen, so they forgot what the hell they were even here for. And then one, with my logic that will be coming in my book, I'm going to show you when they met their other half. Okay, because obviously, another thing we forget as humans, we have emulated a lot of the things that were taught by God's true children. Marriage was something that was God given. Marriage did not include a wedding ceremony. Marriage did not include somebody saying, do you take this man? Do you take this woman? Because that man and woman were sent together and they were built together. There was no taking one and accepting one. They were one. Understand? So immolating has happened from the things that happened in the past. Like, I'm sure they didn't mean to, like, I'm sure their emulating was a good thing back then. You know, they wanted to be like God's children, so they emulated them. Like, when you think of the Egyptians, okay, and we go back to the pyramids and how they say that they had like gods teaching them, I'm sure God's children were over there teaching some things. You know, I don't know how all that goes. All I know is that a lot of the things have been emulated but changed. Still shown, but the truth has been only half shown. You know, like the devil has to allow God's truth to exist, but he can place it in any illusion he wants to, in a sense, to like shift it up where you are confused. So the whole point that God is just really wanting the masses to kind of he's sending his children to unravel all this confusion. And people, you guys got to understand, we are going into a different day and age, okay? Our school systems they're changing. They're absolutely changing, which is a good thing. Because with time, things change. And a lot of like the old school people, they don't understand this. Okay, they don't understand this. And even those who preach on like evolution, although you want to preach on evolution and you believe in evolution, evolution is a fact, which it is, absolutely. And the evolution of the children will be that fact. But there's something you forget. If evolution is real, then you're going to have to evolve, honey. Humans will have to evolve. That makes no sense at all. You cannot be a human on this earth talking about evolution if you don't understand humans themselves, the species, will need to evolve at some point. Makes no sense. And you're no academic or no intellect if you cannot grasp that small concept. You're not. And many people don't grasp that. They preach things like evolution and they don't understand that they will have to evolve. People preach on God, his children. They're going to come. Right. But his children are going to be a lot different than you. So they're basically going to be humans who have evolved. Correct or incorrect? I mean, I don't know. I just don't understand why little concepts like this aren't as big as they should be in society. That's the problem. Free thinking has always been shown by the most remembered people. Da Vinci, any philosopher, all these people were free thinking people. That's what I am. That's what probably most of you are. You absolutely have the ability to be detached from the shit that has been taught to everybody else, and you understand your free will to freely think. And when you understand your free will to freely think, this is when God can guide. This, and only then can God guide you. Because if you can't be a free thinker, which a lot of old school people cannot be free thinking. And that's the sad part. Like, a lot of old school people cannot be free thinkers. They need somebody to tell them what to do, how it goes. That's not how we used to do it back in my day. Well, guess what, honey? Back in your day, it's not your day anymore. I'm sorry. It's not your day anymore. That's just it. God said that his time was going to be at a certain time, an hour. And he didn't choose your day. He chose my day. He chose your day. That's the day he chose, the day we lived in, the day of the millennials, the day of the computers, the day of the information. God chose that day for a specific reason. And don't tell me that our king isn't smart, because I'm sorry, you guys have been going around for 2,000 years trying to get the truth around by boat, by airplane, from here to every other country, and you still haven't went to everywhere yet. But me, my sisters, my brothers have gotten on YouTube and we've been all over the world and we haven't left our houses. So tell me my king isn't great. Because he is. He's a lot smarter than the mere man mentality that has been just overflowing the world for decades, centuries. I mean, thousands of years or whatever. So if you don't think that the time of evolution is going to hit you, you're completely incorrect. And if you don't think that that time of evolution has everything to do with God and his promise to his children and his glory, and him evolving his own children, that is his glory. His children are the only ones evolving. Better get on the bandwagon. That's all I'm going to say. You got to get on the bandwagon. And it is our job to bring this to the masses. It is our job to bring this to the masses. Now, I understand, like, when I write my book, I know that I'm probably going to get a lot of freaking hate for it. I'm going to get a lot of love and a lot of hate all at the same time. But this is what God has prepared us for, guys. You cannot be afraid to speak on your truth because of other people. Get out of here. If you are a child, a daughter of the king, that is it. That is your position. You must stand strong. So no matter what hate or criticism or whatever you get at the end of the day, listen, you wouldn't have been able to do what you did or what you're going to put out if it wasn't for you to do. God will never let you put something out there that will go against him. Okay. So if you're taking the time one-on-one, we're not always right in our human form, but God will show you when you're wrong. He absolutely will. The angels will show you when you're wrong. They will show you where to go. So yeah, I'm back. So listen, I have this video of the 144,000 somewhere way down there. I think it's locked. So I used to talk, I have a girl that I did business with, one of my sisters. And I had mentioned how she was the twin and I don't think she knew it. And I had made a video of her and mentioned her in my video. And she had done this live and she was saying how God talks to her, blah, blah, blah. She was really scared to do it. And I had called her right after she did it and said something to her. And now I haven't talked to her in like 6 months. I had recently reached out to her the day after this porthole opening this week, okay? And I said something to her like, hey, babe, I know I haven't really been, because it, sorry, that I really haven't been on like the business spectrum with her. Not that I fell off. I've just been really focused on doing a couple other things and I can't do everything. So, I told her like, but I do want to implement that into what I got, what I'm working on. So when I come to my promotion, I'm going to finish this book, whatever. I'm going to do this. I'm going to get it out there. Okay. And then I'm going to be promoting my shit. Obviously. I have a big mouth. God gave it to me for a reason. We will promote him and his greatness. That's what we will be doing. And I get so excited to do so. I do get excited, man. You have no idea the power that God will fulfill, put in his daughters. And I don't think that people do not understand the mother. You don't understand. You just don't get it. So we're going to have to show them. I do want to get into the houses of the body. That will be in my next video. We're going to go into the mental body, the emotional body, and the physical body. We're going to be dividing these bodies into the father, the mother, and the child. And then we're going to do the whole combination thing. That's going to be a good one. You guys are going to like that. So just stick with me. I promise I'll be back. To my sister, Waves of Ray. I Am Eve changed to Waves of Ray. If you listened to my channel before and you were watching her and you didn't know where she went, Waves of Ray, go check her out. Revelations and Prophecies 444. Check him out. Get your natal charts if you need them. These are just references that I will always be referring to in any, these are my sources that I can send you to. Especially when it comes with my book, I'm going to be reaching out to my brother. I haven't talked to him in so long. I will be reaching out to him, and I just been busy. God has just been working, and you know how it goes, guys. Because when my book, the book that I'm writing right now, comes out, I'm definitely going to be having people come to me as far as natal charts. So only person I know, I'm not doing natal charts. That's not my thing. I'm not doing it. I got a guy who's the best. Why would I have to go? God has me on something else. He gave me my tools. He gave me my resources for a reason. And he also gave those to me so I can give to other people. So that's all I'm going to do. And I will be promoting his natal chart as long as it's okay with him. And I'm sure it will be, because I will hand him, as soon as I'm done with this book, guys, there's a couple people who I'm going to be shipping it to just for free, just because you've been with me for a while, throughout my whole channel. If you've been somebody who is stuck on my channel for the whole time and you want a book, I will definitely give it to you. Now, my book, from what my scope of my timeline, my goal is to have it out on March. I want to do it for the next 2 months and I want to put it out there. That's it. So I'll be working on my channel and then just doing that, really. And that's what I'll be doing. As far as, oh, I didn't finish my story, did I? No, I didn't finish my story. Okay. So anyway, Lachelle. Probably shouldn't say people's names, but whatever. She doesn't care. She's seen my videos. She knows I say her name. She's my girl. And I've only been led to her by God, okay? So, and I knew she was a sister of mine. Because obviously I'm intuitive like that. It's a gift. It's a gift. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I talked to her the night after this port holding, right? And she was like, do you know how weird it is right now? And I haven't talked to her in about 6 months. 4 months, maybe. Something like that. 6 months, maybe. Time is flying by, guys. I can't even keep track. So I haven't talked to her anyway in a while. So she's like, do you know how weird it is that you are messaging me? And I thought, like, I was like, why is it weird that I'm messaging you? But okay. Or she said, can I just say how weird it is you're messaging me right now? And I was like, you can and you did. Ha ha ha. Like, what does that even mean? She's like, last night I woke up out of nowhere in my sleep. Okay. And this is like the porthole thing. And I always said she's part of us. God does talk to her, but she doesn't know that she's a twin. She's already with her twin. They're already together. But they don't really know that. I don't think they know that. And it doesn't matter because they're together. But anyway, so she said to me, she's like, remember when I made that live and I said how God showed me this business? God showed me what I was going to do. Like, he literally showed me. And it was really scary for me to tell people that, like, God was showing me I can talk to God, And you were the one who called me. Like, I called her. I told her, I'm so proud of you, blah, 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 blah. Because that, to introduce it to your own reality. Like, it's one thing to run a business and know God is the one who's doing it all for you. It's another thing to introduce how it's being done on Facebook. You have to understand, in America especially, and in the business world especially, being politically correct is a big thing, because you don't want to offend your customers, because you have to understand your customers are of all religions, all races, they're just different. One customer is not like the next customer. One customer might not believe what the next customer believes. You have to be really politically correct so you don't offend your customers. But when you're working for God, that doesn't go. That doesn't go. You're gonna have to introduce him and what he's doing sooner or later. And in this world, knowing that you want to still do your business and abundantly prosper, it's hard. It's a hard thing to like, obviously it's hard. Business and God are combining as well, and it's a little hard to understand that you don't necessarily have to have a spiritual business to bring God into your business. Like, so I was just proud of her, because I know as a woman, that's hard. That's hard to do. One, it's hard to be a woman entrepreneur in this world anyway. Two, when you're first starting out, it's hard. Three, to introduce your own belief system, what you know, and not give a damn about the opinions of other people, well, that's a risk, because you are also risking losing customers. You are also risking gaining opinions on social media. Like, you don't want people downing your business because their belief system differs from yours. But unfortunately, we live in a world where that is a big possibility. It is not easy to want to write a book, to promote it to the masses, to include science, religion, God, the Bible. It's not easy, but I'm telling you guys, this is God promise. This is God written. And if he wrote it, it's happening. So don't be afraid. I know it's a hard thing. Like, you want to be careful. You want to be careful. Listen, it's not about being careful. It's about doing what God is telling you to do. Okay. And God's got your back. The angels got your back. So even if it may seem like, oh, I'm about to pour some gas on a fire that's going to blow up in my face, understand that you're there and you're like air. So even if it blows up, it can't touch you. Understand that. That's the truth. Can't touch you. So with that, much love, guys. As women in this world, things are going to be changing. We do know that. It was on the news yesterday. I was seeing women talking about just how we haven't been accepted within, and I'm not going on this feminism, okay? Like, the mother is home. I'm just telling you, the daughters will be used. There's going to be women who are going to be surpassing the man because of their mentality. Especially, there's going to be divine women, divine feminine, divine masculine. You are surpassing the masses because you are divine. That's it. Now it's up to you who you bring with you. Because I don't want to surpass the masses. I want to teach the masses how to surpass themselves. That's my goal. That's God's goal. God doesn't want his children surpassing them. He wants them leading them. You're not here to be better than them. You're here to teach them. You're not here to surpass them and leave them behind. You're here to bring them with you if you can. And it is our job to get them there. So let's just get them there and let's strengthen each other while we're doing that. And that's why I've always kept this channel open, because I always said this channel is not for the masses. This was my channel for my brothers and my sisters. That's who this channel was for. Now, the next thing I'm going to work on is going to be towards the masses. So I will always come back to this channel because this is my home. This is my channel where you guys, I've followed you. I've watched your videos. I have a personal connection with you women and men. And I love it. And that, I want that to grow. I want to inspire you guys to do your part. And I want you guys to inspire me to do mine, which you have. So good job. Good job for us. Let's keep doing that, building off of each other and growing and evolving and leading people to evolution, which will be God's end glory. And for that, I love you guys. I'm so sorry I haven't been around. I did move. I haven't got Wi-Fi in my house. Yeah, I got cable. The stupid cable guys. Not stupid cable guys. I'm sorry. But something messed up or whatever. It's just they're coming back to do the Wi-Fi. Won't have it till Monday. So I don't have internet in my house, which means I can't upload. So now that's why I'm in my car at Dunkin'. So I can upload this really quick and cheat off their Wi-Fi. I come here every day anyway. I'll use their Wi-Fi anytime I want to. All right, guys. I love you guys so much. I really do. I just inspire people. Inspire yourselves. Save yourselves. Because at the end of the day, that's what it is. Jesus' truth told you that. You will have the responsibility to save yourself. It is your responsibility. And you can't blame God for not doing what you were responsible to do. So, but you can ask him to do it for you, and he will. All right. Much love. Much love.